Hey guys, my name is Uberu. I am a casual TFT player, but today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys what I think are pretty good reroll comps to play for the current patch 1324 on currently going for set 10 of TFT. So, I got a couple comps I can recommend to you. The first comp I'm going to start off with is Center Reroll. Center Reroll is pretty good. Usually it's a 2-star headliner Senna with Shojins, like, you probably are playing Chosen, so you can play Chosen Senna, so you're gonna get, like, super fan. You're probably gonna add up Lilia, Nico, Kennen. This is probably your core here. And then the next thing you probably want is an Echo. This is probably what you want to have. If you do not see echoes like by like level 5 or 6, you can add in Yasuo and he's still fine. And then after that, you could probably just like make Nico your tank. And if you have tank items, like just make sure. Best tank items right now, I'm thinking is probably Steadfast, Har, Warmogs. This is probably a good item combo to go. And this is like ideally what you probably want your board state to be by like end of stage 2. And then you will have at least the headliner Senna and then Nico, and then ideally you're gonna add in a lot of attack speed items on Senna. So a lot of the time you're going the 3-star Senna. You're gonna do this before probably stage 4, and then just add up levels after that because this is a reroll comp. So you're gonna add in Shojin, Gunsus, and Nashers. Some other items I do like. I like Sniper's Focus. Pretty good item, I'd say. I like some of the Artifact Anvils items. Other ones like I'd see working well is Manazane. Manazane's okay. Goldmancer's Staff is actually pretty decent. And if you do not have components to make a Gunsus, it's okay. You can also run Shiv. I think Shiv is like probably better than Gunsus in my opinion, because it gives you mana and also AP. It's insane on Senna. Like I'm pretty sure this is like 100% best, but if you want to play like the standard Senna, usually a lot of people go Gunsus and Nashers, but this is probably the best way to play Senna. And then after that, you just push your vertical. You're going to put in Akali, you're going to put in Kiana, and then you'll put in Echo as well, if you see Echoes, which you should bet at this point. So then you'll see Echo, Nico, and then this is probably what your board should look like. Make sure your main tank, either Echo or Nico, can be one or the other. Make sure they're at least 2-starred. I guess you could like say maybe Echo, you might remake your Echo, go 2-star Echo. And then you want to probably just put the same items like I said on Echo. He's a magic tank, but if you give your Senna a Shiv, he can also do some damage with the pen. So this is why I just suggested that Shiv is pretty good. I don't think Gunsus is that good on Senna. I think Shiv is probably better. And yeah, that's probably the comp for. Okay, now we're gonna go do the next comp I think that is pretty good, which is Big Shot Kaisa. Big Shot Kaisa, if you get, what's the bigger shot, right? Yeah, you get this and you get a free Kaisa. I would immediately like probably you see this augment at 2-1. You're gonna like start out with like maybe say Eve, Kennen or something, like the worst case scenario. I'm giving like probably the worst case scenario you probably can expect. You see Kennen, Eve, you have this Kaisa, and you might have like a Tarek or something, and then you're down in 1 KDA, right? So this is fine. You go up stage 4. After that, you're trying to see if you can add in Big Shot. So either Corki or MF, one or the other. If you see MF, put MF. If you see Corki, Corki's fine too. This is probably what you want. And if you see Headliner Kaisa, you should be either Big Shot or KDA, one or the other, but usually Big Shot's pretty better. So that you run one less of a Big Shot unit, and then what you're going to do here is make sure that your Corki and Kaisa are like this. Then you try to find Nico and Lilia, because they're important. They're both KDA super fans. So now you have super fans. Your Kaisa's super fan. She'll have, what is it, a Deathblade. what I ideally would say or best for a big shot comp is IE and GS. This is probably the best items to go. If you do get Ornn items, I also recommend going. Snipers is not too good. This item with what's it called? Gambler's Blade is okay, but there's better options. Trinity Force is meh. If you get Gold Collector, this comp becomes almost insane. Like 3-star Kai'Sa with this is insane, and when you slow roll for it. Try to drop Quirky at this point. You put in MF, and then you can add in Bar to get the Jazz trait. So then you'll have like 5 traits active. And then afterwards, now you're just pushing up your vertical. So you probably want to get rid of Tarek, and you want to get rid of Eve, most likely. 3 KDA is pretty much the cap for this. You can add in Ezreal or Jhin, one or the other. But you see Jhin, put Jhin, and you see Ezreal, put Ezreal. But Ezreal is a pretty bad unit. And then what you're going to do here is add up a bigger tank. And usually it would be Thrush. I think Thrush is a pretty good tank to pair with Nico and Kennen. They're both Guardians. And I also think you should probably, more than likely, if you add 4 big shot, to add in, what's it called? I think Alawi and Zac, like, make sure you pair Alawi and Zac together. If you go 9. Since this is vertical, you're gonna, or a reroll, you're gonna go add up levels, and then you don't need Alawi. You can pair this with Alawi Zac, which I like probably the most. But if not, you can go Thrush and maybe a Mumu, and this is pretty good. It's a pretty cheap board, not too crazy. Nico can be the main tank like usual. I always play Nico because Nico is like a too much of a good versatile unit not to take. And then I would usually, the last item I would take is Declaw or Protector's Vow. I think Declaw here would be here. And then this is probably what you want like at this later stages. And then this honestly has a good cap. And then this has ability to go 10. Just put in Lucian. Yeah, put in Lucian over Bard. And at this point you can also add in maybe. So you'll probably need like 1 up on Sentinel. You can put in Echo. Echo's pretty decent. You can put in Blitzcrank, but I feel like Blitzcrank's kind of out of shadowed for it. You probably, I'd say, I think you should probably just put in Kiana. Kiana's pretty good here. Yeah, it's either Kiana. I don't think Sona's pretty good in this comp, but if you go 10 and you get to add all this with your 3-star Kai'Sa, this is pretty good. And then you have your Jazz trait active. If you find a Jazz bet, play down 1 Jazz, don't play Bard after that, because Bard doesn't really offer anything. And then usually put this on like a dead unit, like maybe Kennen or something. And then this is probably what you want. So now you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 traits active, and yeah, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, actually you should probably drop Guardian. Meme is probably not needed, and Thrush. I'm thinking you can possibly add KDA. Well, we have 3 KDA from the superfans. You probably want, if you kept Eve at this point, I would just keep Eve and then add in Kiana. That way you have, or no, you would want to have, yeah, just this Eve. Like maybe bad as Eve is, like Eve is actually can somewhat make sense. And then the last unit you could put in is like Caitlyn or something. Then you have what, 7 active traits, and that's pretty good. Augments you want is like bigger shot, healing orbs, any damage item. You have my sword. It's pretty good with this. You want to backload a lot of damage, and yeah. All right, and I'm gonna go to the next reroll comp that I think is possibly good. I'm not gonna say it's really good, but it's possibly good. I think most of you know the Samira and Urgot country comp. So this runs on like all country units and playing a bunch of 3 costs, right? So you're gonna maybe have a 2-star Samira headliner country or something, and this is pretty good. Your start might just look like shit, and then you could have like probably Tom, you probably have Olaf, you're gonna see maybe one Urgot, or if you have an Urgot, that's fine. That's and then you're probably just gonna add up like more units with Mosher or Bruiser. Like, so Vi is okay, but she's gonna be a placement holder for like maybe a better unit. And Nar's okay. I think Nar is probably a little worse than Vi to put in here, but you probably just do this. Or if you get a Samira start, you might be offered some of the time. You might be offered Vex. You might be offered Samira together, and this package is pretty good. That way you have 2 Executioner and 2 Bruiser. It's pretty good. Now you just have to start finding one more country. So Cat or Urgot, one of the others. Doesn't really make a difference. And then your job here is to add up as many stars to your country units as possible. And you try to avoid using Cat because you probably 2-star headliner either Samira or Urgot, most likely. You try to look for those. Say country +1 Urgot, and then now you just add in a bunch of other units, set bruisers. Make sure your set's the main tank and not Tom. He's just a damage sponge. And then you want Mumu for emo, and this is for your level 6. Your level 7 is adding one more unit, and I believe the last unit you should try to put in would be Katarina. So you're up 5 country, and this is probably what your level 7 board should look like. Samira works with crit. She gets bonus attack speed for crit and missing health, so she's an executioner. She's gonna always want crit, so her best bis, in my opinion, is some of these items. Always put Last Whisper. It's pretty much a bis for her. Urgot, you want BT, Sterix, and maybe I don't think Titans is that great, but if you want to put Titans, you can Titans your Urgot. Set usually wants your tank items. I always do this item combo. This is probably like the best item combo for tanks. Warmogs and Steadfast Heart. You just get a lot of HP. You're a giant HP tank, and then maybe sometimes you get forced to play Protector's Vow. Or if you have to, go Adaptive Helm. Now Adaptive Helm is fine. You get 35 armor and MR for being up in the front line, which is pretty good. I think it's better than Stoneplate for sure, because you get mana, unlike Stoneplate. Stoneplate just gets you flat armor and MR. 10, it's like not that great. But mana to cast is probably good in this set, so you always want to have a way to get mana. Okay, and your goal for like level 7 is to always go 3-star for all most of these. Like 3-star Samira, 3-star Urgot. It's really hard to do this because if you're 2 or 3-way contested, it is really hard to get a 3-star country board. And a 3-star your Seth, 3-star your 2-star your Mumu. It's probably what I'd expect most boards to go out to be like. Okay, and then last thing to put in would probably be one more thing with Guardian. So you can add in Thrush at this point at level 8. And this is probably what the country reroll board should look like. And this is probably get you like at least a top 4. Augments you probably want to go is you have my sword. You can also go less or vampirism. Vampirism is pretty good. I think econ traits are pretty good with this board. But honestly, yeah, it's probably what you want. And then last reroll comp I want to go over today is I think this comp is like pretty controversial, but we probably should play Yone reroll with Crowddiver headliner, right? So +1 your not Edgelord, Crowddiver. I don't know why Yone is a Crowddiver unit. He just is. But if you do, you add all the Crowddiver units. So your start could be Evelyn and Cat, and this is very good because you really do want this at the start. So you could probably start off with like KDA. Like start, you can do Kennen, you can do Lilia. This is okay for level 4. And then if you see Yone, try to grab Yone as soon as possible. If not, maybe you'll have like a headliner Eve, and this is okay. Then once you add in like Yone is pretty decent. Like I'm pretty sure you add in Yone, adding Yone here is bad or good. Excuse me. Okay, and then after that, if you find an early Zed, put in Zed as soon as possible. Zed wants full crit items. I'd say maybe I is a little bit off the side. I probably would suggest Edge of Night over. Okay, yeah, over Hodge. I would recommend Edge of Night. This is probably what I would think Zed's best is, and then 2-star him with Crowd Diver Headliner. If you find a Crowd Diver Zed at like level 8, this is pretty good. 30%, and you roll, and you see a 2-star Headliner for Zed, and you have the items for it. This is probably what you want. But if you find Yone with Crowd Diver as well, I'm pretty sure Yone could be good. So Headliner Yone, he builds exactly the same way as Zed, except he's more of a. So he wants BT and Hodge. That's definitely what you want, and then Titans. I'm pretty sure Titans seems like the best item to put on him. So he stacks this up, and then once you have the last unit, you probably just want is Kiana, and this is literally what your board should look like. How do you want to position is always have your tanks up front. So wait, let me get rid of this cannon. He's kind of worthless. Add in Nico. So you have 3 KDA, 6 Crowd Diver or something like that. And then what you want to do is put both your carries on to the left and right. And then maybe you might be able to hit 3-star Yone. Yone can go off to the left side or the right side, and then Zed can go the same way too. But you'll have dual carry most of the time. Kiana, try to put in like any random items, because once she gets a true damage, like it's pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh wait, this is level 7. Wait, you're gonna still put Kevin in here, so you get true damage for the Kiana, and then you'll get like maybe a random like component or item. Maybe you have GS. You might have Hodge. Hodge is pretty good. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is probably what I think the end of game Crowd Diver comp should look like. So, hit your priorities for this is to make sure your Yone is 3-star or 2-star Zed. If you can do any of these, then I think you can honestly top 4 with this for sure. And then just keep adding up level, because that's all you need to do after that. And if you get lucky and blessed with Kiana, you can get 6 Crowd Diver, and 6 Crowd Diver is just too good. Augments you want, probably healing orbs. You want maybe the Titans one. You can get Edge of Night. Edge of Night is just too good on Zed and Kiana, and a lot of the Crowd Divers. If you want them to attack, keep attacking passively and a lot. So, yeah. All right, that's gonna be it for all the comps. I think are pretty good for reroll. I hope you guys have a good time playing the current set. I'm having fun with the set. And if you guys are willing to watch more of my content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys take care and good luck on the rest of your climbs in the current set. And hopefully you guys can go to the highest rank you can. All right. That's it. All right. See you guys.